Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to create bar plot of a given qualitative variable in R. We're going to take a data set. So here is how the data set looks like. We have got information about car sales. So for that we have information about the make, model, type of the car. We also have information about the origin of the car. So there's so many columns, so many variables. We're going to take only one of the qualitative variable. Okay, there are several of them. You can use several of them, but just one of them will take the origin. So it has values like Asia, Europe, and US. So it's the origin of the car, so where the car was made. And then we're going to create a bar chart of this qualitative variable. So before that, let's see how the frequency table looks like. We're going to use the function table, and just to refer to this column we're going to use data and then the dollar sign and the origin, just to refer to this variable in this data set. Okay, and let's see how the frequency table looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, let me take it. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so we have one missing values also, but other than that we have Asia, Europe, and US. So we can create a visual plot of this by creating bar chart. We'll use the function bar plot, and the variable where we have saved our the table, the cross table, or the frequency, we can use that as a parameter, and that's what we have done. So bar chart is the bar plot is the function, and frequency is the parameter. This is our bar plot. Okay, so this is a visual form of showing your data, or just presenting your data. So it's so easy, right? Much better than Excel, I would say. And then you can set different colors, like to different category. How we do that? We set colors like this. Okay, and then in the bar plot function we pass another parameter, okay, which is the color parameter, and when we'll run this we'll get different colors for different category. Yeah, so it's much better, right? Much better to present, and you can choose your color, which color you want. So it's up to you to decide what color you want in this plot. Thanks. We will see in this video how to create box plots in R. Box plots are very useful to understand the distribution of data. It's a visual way of understanding the distribution of the data. So for that we will first define a variable, a numeric variable. So we'll define a variable x, and these are the values. You can also import data to R section and then use box plot. That's also possible, but since I haven't done that, so I'll simply create a variable having certain number of values, and then I'll use box plot function to create box plots. The parameter that will be used is the variable that we just created now, which is x. Okay, it's as simple as that. When we run this, we will get the box plot. So this is how it looks like, but it looks vertical, right? But we can also get horizontal box plot. If you do not specify anything, it will always give you the vertical ones, but we can also get the horizontal box plots. It's the same. It's just a way of your it's just a matter of your test, which one you want, horizontal or the vertical one. For horizontal one, you have to have another change to the syntax, which is horizontal equal to true. So that's the only statement that you need to add apart from the variable, which is x. Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to create histogram for a continuous variable in R. I'm going to take a data set. So here is how the data set looks like. So I've got data for car sales, and in this data we have details about the cars that were sold. So we have different variables of the car, and the variable that we're going to use for the histogram is the horsepower of the car. Okay, this is a continuous variable. We are going to use this variable to create a histogram. Histogram can be created by using the function hist. Okay, a simple histogram can be created by using this function. How we use this, how we refer to this variable in the dataset is like this. Okay, dataset, data is the name of the dataset, and then followed by a dollar sign and then the column name. Okay, you can assign it to a different variable if you want. Otherwise, simply you can copy paste from here and put it in the as there's a parameter to the function hist. Otherwise, just assign it to different variable and then pass that as a parameter to the function hist. Alright, so this is how it looks. So this is our histogram. As you know, histogram is used in the continuous variable. It's more of a continuous variable form of the bar chart for categorical one. Okay, but we can make it better. Like we can assign colors to different segments and so on. Right. So how we do that? We assign colors like this, and then we use more parameters, like colors can be used as one of the parameters. So here we have used, we can also give a title to this. So we use the main, and then we can put a title here within the double quote, and then we have x lab. That means in the x-axis, what is that you want to you are plotting. So here we are plotting x horsepower, so we that's what we have given here. Right, it's up to you to use. We can have more parameters as well, but I've taken only this. If you want to know more, you can always go to the official documentation of the hist function. Okay, let's run this and let's see how it looks like. Okay, seems to be some issue. Okay, let's run this. Alright, so here you can see in different colors. It looks much better than the earlier one. So you can always use colors according to your ways to have a better visualization of the data. So that's how we can create a histogram in R. Thanks. Hi, we'll see in this video how to create scatter plot in R. For that, we'll use a data set. We'll use the car sales data set. Let's see first how it looks like. So this is the data set for car sales. It's got different information about cars, make, model, size, horsepower, weight. So we like to plot how horsepower is related to weight of the car. Alright, so the two variables of interest to us are horsepower and weight, and this is how we reference a given variable in R. So we first take these two variables and then we will plot the scatter plot. So the syntax is very simple here. We'll use the function plot, and then here we see the x in the x-axis, the variable in the x-axis, and then followed by the variable in the y-axis. Okay, you can change it also depending on how we want. Alright, we want horsepower to be in the y-axis, weight in the x-axis, and then in the graph, right, we also want to label it, right, label the graph with y lab is horsepower of the car, x lab with weight. So you can give any name you want depending on the convenience, depending on your requirement. Okay, so let us run this. So this is how it looks like. So horsepower, as you can see, we have labeled it, right, horsepower of the car, and here in x-axis you will see the weight. And what you see here is that horsepower is increasing with weight. Right? There seems to be a linear relationship between horsepower of the car and weight, and horsepower of the car is increasing with weight. What we can do also is that we can fit a regression line to this, and that will give a better picture. Right? Oftentimes that is very helpful just to see the trend. And to do so, we'll use the function AB line and also the function LM. So LM is used in the linear regression. Those who are familiar with linear regression would know that in R we use LM function for that. And then we start with the y-axis variable. Here it is horsepower, and then weight, which is in the x-axis. Okay, so let's run it now. Now you see the regression line that goes in between these points, right? Those who are familiar with regression, is basically a line that fits the data point in such a way that the